Listen closely. Right now, in this very moment, your life is about to change. Your whole existence, everything you've become, everything you are, and everything you'll ever be, comes down to one thing: the conversation you're having with yourself right now. That voice inside your head, the one that's been telling you what you can and can't do, what's possible and impossible, that's the key to your transformation. Let me tell you something extraordinary about your brain. Every single thought you think creates a biochemical reaction in your body. Every single word you say to yourself fires and wires specific neural networks in your brain. So when you wake up each morning and tell yourself, "I'm not good enough, I can't do this," you're not just thinking a thought. You're programming your neural circuitry to create that exact reality. Here's what's fascinating. Your brain can't tell the difference between what's happening in your environment and what you're simply thinking about. That means, when you change your thoughts, you literally change your brain structure. This isn't philosophy. This is pure neuroscience. Your thoughts are that powerful. I'm going to share with you a challenge that will revolutionize your life in just 3 days. 3 days. That's all it takes to start rewiring your brain for success. But let me be clear, these won't be ordinary days. These will be days of conscious, deliberate self-talk that will shake the very foundation of your reality. Most people live their entire lives on autopilot. They let their past program their future. They wake up with the same thoughts, which trigger the same emotions, which drive the same behaviors, creating the same experiences. Day after day after day, but you're about to break that cycle. Because when you change how you speak to yourself, you change your brain. When you change your brain, you change your energy. And when you change your energy, you change your life. It's that simple. And it's that profound. Think about it. Every great achievement in human history started with someone telling themselves yes when the world was saying no. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every triumph began with an inner dialogue that defied the current reality. The stakes couldn't be higher right now. You're either reinforcing your limitations or breaking through them. You're either programming your brain for success or programming it for more of the same. There is no middle ground. Your self-talk is either elevating you or holding you back. In these next 3 days, you're going to learn how to become the architect of your destiny through the precise and purposeful use of your inner dialogue. You're going to understand how to speak to yourself in a way that literally changes the circuitry of your brain, alters your body's chemistry, and transforms your personal reality. This isn't about positive thinking. This is about neural reconstruction. This isn't about temporary motivation. This is about permanent transformation. This is about becoming supernatural. About stepping beyond the limitations of your past and into the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Are you ready? Because once you understand this and truly apply it, there's no going back to your old self. The next 3 days will create ripples in your consciousness that will expand into waves of transformation in every area of your life. Let's look at what's really happening in your brain right now. Every morning you wake up, and within the first few minutes your mind starts its familiar pattern. You're thinking the same thoughts you thought yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. These aren't random thoughts. They're a program running automatically, shaping your entire reality. Here's what's really going on. Your brain processes about 60 to 70,000 thoughts every single day. But here's the shocking part. 90% of those thoughts are exactly the same as the ones you had yesterday. You're literally thinking yourself into the same life day after day through this automatic routine. And your negative self-talk? It isn't just harmless noise. When you tell yourself, "I'm not ready, I can't afford it, I'm not smart enough," your body believes every word. Your brain releases stress chemicals. Your genes express themselves differently. Your immune system changes. Your energy drops, all because of the words you're saying to yourself, probably without even realizing it. Think about this. Every time you have a thought, you make a chemical. If you have a fearful thought, your brain releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. If you have an angry thought, different chemicals flood your system. Your thoughts are literally creating your biological state. And here's the critical part. Your body doesn't know the difference between an actual experience and an experience you're just thinking about. You've been unconsciously conditioning your body to become addicted to these negative emotional states. That's why change feels so hard. Your body is literally fighting to maintain those familiar chemical states, even though they're making you miserable. It's like being addicted to your own personal pharmacy of emotions. Your limiting beliefs? They aren't facts. They're just thoughts you've repeated so many times, they've become hardwired into your neural circuitry. I'm not good with money. Relationships always end badly for me. I'll never lose weight. These aren't truths. They're neural networks strengthened by repetition. Every time you repeat these thoughts, you're reinforcing those pathways in your brain. It's like walking the same trail through a field of grass. The more you walk it, the more defined the path becomes. Your brain is literally shaped by your habitual thinking. This is why most people keep creating the same life circumstances over and over. They're thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, and therefore attracting the same experiences. But here's the incredible thing about your brain. It's adaptable. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. Your brain is constantly wiring itself based on your thoughts and experiences. This means you're not stuck with your current neural pathways. You can create new ones. You can literally think yourself into a new state of being. But here's the problem. Most people wait for something in their outer world to change before they change their inner dialogue. They want to feel confident before they start talking to themselves confidently. They want to see success before they start thinking like a successful person. But that's backwards. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal dialogue. Your repetitive thoughts are creating your future, right now in this moment. Your self-talk is either programming you for success or programming you for more of the same. There is no neutral ground. Every thought is either moving you toward what you want or keeping you stuck where you are. This is why becoming aware of your current mental state is so crucial. You can't change what you're not aware of. And awareness is the first step to breaking free from the automated patterns that have been running your life on autopilot. So let me show you what happens in your brain when you begin to direct your self-talk with purpose and intention. There's a principle in neuroscience. Neurons that fire together wire together. This means that every time you think a thought, you're either strengthening existing neural connections or creating new ones. When you start speaking to yourself in a new way, something remarkable happens. Your brain literally begins to reorganize itself. It's like upgrading the operating system of a computer, except this computer is your mind. Every positive thought, every empowering statement you make to yourself isn't just words. It's electrical signals firing in your brain, creating new neural pathways. Let's make this practical. When you wake up tomorrow morning, instead of saying, "I'm tired," or "I don't want to get up," say with conviction, "I'm excited about this day. I'm full of energy." You're not just using different words. You're firing different neural networks, activating different genes, and changing your brain's chemistry. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Your brain can't tell if you're actually experiencing something, or if you're just thinking about it with enough emotional intensity. That's why Olympic athletes can improve their performance just by visualizing their routines. They're literally programming their neural networks through focused mental rehearsal. The same principle applies to your self-talk. When you combine clear, intentional self-talk with elevated emotion, you're not just thinking different thoughts. You're teaching your body a new way of being. You're creating what scientists call a new neural signature. This is how people make quantum leaps in their lives. They're not just changing their thoughts, they're changing their entire state of being. Think about it this way. Every time you have a thought, it's like dropping a pebble into the quantum field of infinite possibilities. The ripples from that thought extend out into the field, attracting similar frequencies back to you. This isn't mystical thinking, it's quantum physics. Your thoughts are energy, and energy affects matter. When you begin to practice focused self-talk with emotional intensity, you're no longer just thinking. You're broadcasting a specific electromagnetic signature into the field. You're becoming a quantum creator. Your thoughts and words, charged with emotion, become the blueprints for your future reality. This is where emotional coherence becomes crucial. It's not enough to just say positive words to yourself. You need to feel the emotions associated with those words. When your thoughts and emotions are aligned, when what you're saying to yourself matches what you're feeling, you create a powerful state of coherence. When you're in a state of coherence, your heart and brain are working in perfect synchrony. This isn't metaphorical, it's measurable. Scientists can detect this harmony between heart and brain waves. And when you're in this state, you become a powerful broadcaster of new possibilities. Let me explain what this means for your daily life. When you wake up tomorrow and say to yourself, "I am worthy of greatness," or "I am capable of extraordinary things," and you feel the truth of those words in every cell of your body, you're not just engaging in positive thinking, you're literally rewiring your neural circuitry and changing your energy field. This is why focused self-talk is so powerful. It's not just about replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. It's about creating a new energetic signature that becomes your new normal. It's about training your brain to fire in new patterns that support your desired reality. Think of it like tuning a radio to a new frequency. Right now, your brain is tuned to certain stations based on your habitual thinking. But through focused self-talk, you can tune into new frequencies. Frequencies of abundance, health, success, and joy. The more you practice this, the stronger these new frequencies become. The key is consistency and emotional intensity. You can't just do this halfway. You need to speak to yourself with such clarity and conviction that your body has no choice but to respond. This is how you begin to create lasting change at the cellular level. Remember, every word you speak to yourself is either reinforcing your current reality or creating a new one. There's no middle ground. You're either using your self-talk to elevate your life or using it to maintain your current circumstances. Let me lay out exactly what you're going to do for these next 3 days. This is your protocol for transformation, and you need to follow it precisely. These 3 days will be different from any others you've lived before, because you're going to be conscious of every word you speak to yourself. Let's start with your morning ritual. The moment you open your eyes, and I mean the very moment, before you check your phone, before you think about your problems, before you do anything else, place your hand on your heart. This simple gesture tells your body it's time for something new. In this state between sleep and wakefulness, your brain is most receptive to new programming. For the first 20 minutes of your day, you're going to speak to yourself with intentional, powerful words, not just in your head. Say them in a whisper or soft voice. Say things like, "Today is the day I break free from my past. Today, my new life begins. Every cell in my body is awakening to a new possibility." Feel these words. Let them sink into every cell of your body. During these morning sessions, you must maintain absolute focus. If your mind wanders to your problems or your to-do list, gently bring it back. This isn't meditation. This is active brain programming. You're laying down new neural pathways. You're creating new patterns in your neural circuitry. In the afternoon, you'll reinforce this work. Between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., your brain goes through another receptive period. This is your second window of opportunity. Find a quiet place, your car, an empty office, even a bathroom stall if needed. Take 5 minutes to reconnect with your morning declarations. And this time, add physical movement. Walk with purpose. Move your arms with intention. Your body needs to feel these words. Remember, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your entire state of being. Throughout the day, catch your automatic negative self-talk. The moment you hear yourself say, "I can't," or "this is too hard," stop immediately. Replace those words with "I am capable," or "I find solutions easily." Don't let a single negative thought slip by unchallenged. Every thought matters. Every word counts. The evening protocol is where the magic of consolidation happens. Between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m., your brain naturally begins to process the day's experiences. This is your final window of opportunity, your moment to lock in your new identity. Sit quietly for 15 minutes and place your hand on your heart. Once again, review your day's victories, no matter how small. Speak to yourself with gratitude and anticipation. Say things like, "Today I created new neural pathways. Today I stepped closer to my new reality. Tomorrow will bring even greater transformation." Feel the truth of these words in your body. Let the emotion build. This emotional state is crucial for neural consolidation. Here's why these timing windows are so critical. Your brain operates on natural cycles of peak receptivity. By aligning your self-talk practice with these windows, you're maximizing the impact of every word. You're working with your brain's rhythm instead of against it. During these days, you must also maintain what I call state management. That means being constantly aware of your emotional state. If you feel yourself slipping into old patterns, use your breath. Take 3 deep breaths and remind yourself, "I am in the process of transformation." Every moment is an opportunity to reinforce my new reality. Keep a small notebook with you throughout the day. Every time you catch yourself in negative self-talk, write it down. Then immediately write down its replacement. This isn't just busy work. This is a physical record of your transformation. It's making the invisible visible. Each night before bed, review your notes. Speak the new empowering statements one last time. Let them be the final thoughts in your mind as you drift off to sleep. Your subconscious mind will work with these thoughts all night long. This is how you move from conscious effort to subconscious embodiment. Remember, these 3 days are not about perfection. They are about direction. You might slip back into old thought patterns. That's normal. The key is to catch yourself faster each time and redirect your self-talk immediately. This is a full immersion experience. You're not just changing a few thoughts. You're creating a new neural architecture. You're building the brain of your future self. Every word you speak during these 3 days is either reinforcing that new architecture or pulling you back into the old. Let's talk about what's actually happening in your body when you begin this new pattern of self-talk. This isn't just a mental exercise. You're literally changing your biology with every word you speak to yourself. Your body is a complex chemical factory, and your thoughts are the factory manager. When you achieve heart-brain coherence through intentional self-talk, something remarkable happens. Your heart starts producing a rhythmic pattern that scientists can measure. This isn't a metaphor. It's measurable electromagnetic energy. Your heart actually has its own nervous system. It sends more signals to your brain than your brain sends to your heart. When you place your hand on your heart and speak with kindness and power, your heart rhythm becomes more ordered, more coherent. This coherence sends signals to your brain that say, all is well. Your brain responds by reducing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. That's why you feel calm and powerful when you speak to yourself with intention. But it goes even deeper. As stress hormones decrease, your body starts producing what I call the chemicals of possibility. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins. These aren't just feel-good chemicals. They are biological messengers that tell your genes to express themselves differently. You're literally changing your genetic expression through your self-talk. Every cell in your body has receptors that respond to these chemicals. When you tell yourself, I am powerful, I am capable, I am worthy, you're not just saying words. You're creating a cascade of biological change. Your cells begin to vibrate at a different frequency. They tune themselves to a new energetic signature. People who master their self-talk often say they feel physically different. Their energy changes, their posture changes, even their facial expressions change. They're not just thinking differently, they're becoming biologically different. Your cells are always listening, and when you consistently speak to yourself with power and purpose, your cells begin to expect those new chemical states. They start craving those feel-good chemicals instead of the stress hormones they were addicted to. This is how lasting transformation happens at the cellular level. Your body literally begins to prefer your new state of being. The energy frequency of your cells changes based on your thoughts and words. When you're in a state of fear or doubt, your cells vibrate at a lower frequency. But when you shift your self-talk to words of power and possibility, your cellular frequency rises. This isn't mystical. It's measurable through quantum physics. When your cells vibrate at these higher frequencies, they become more efficient. They communicate better. They repair themselves faster. They even replicate more accurately. You're literally upgrading your biological software through your self-talk. This is why consistency is so crucial during these 3 days. Every time you catch yourself in negative self-talk and shift to intentional, empowering language, you're not just changing your mood. You're changing your biology. You're teaching your cells a new way of being. Your reduced stress hormones also have a profound effect on your immune system. When you're not flooding your body with stress, your immune system can focus on healing and regeneration. Remember, your body doesn't know the difference between real and imagined stress. When you say, I can't handle this, or this is too much, your body reacts as if you're under real immediate threat. But when you shift to, I am capable, or I handle challenges with ease, your biology responds by creating an internal environment of strength and resilience. You're not just changing your mind, you're changing your entire biological system. Every word you speak is either moving you toward optimal function or away from it. There is no neutral self-talk. Every internal dialogue creates biological change. Let me tell you something vital. When you start this new pattern of self-talk, your body is going to fight you. You'll feel uncomfortable. You'll feel fake. Your mind will try to pull you back to familiar thoughts. That isn't weakness, it's biology. Your body is chemically addicted to your old emotional states. It's been getting regular doses of stress, worry, and self-doubt. And like any addiction, it will resist change. This resistance isn't just psychological, it's chemical. When you start introducing new thoughts, new emotions, and new self-talk, your body panics because it doesn't know this new feeling yet. But here's the truth, that discomfort is not a problem. It's a signal. It means change is happening. It's like soreness after a new workout. It means your old patterns are breaking down and new ones are forming. You might hear a voice in your head saying, this isn't working, or you're fooling yourself. Recognize that voice for what it is. Old programming fighting to survive. Your past self-talk patterns are like deeply worn paths in your brain. When you try to create new ones, the old ones will call to you. They'll feel more familiar, more comfortable. But every time you resist the pull of those old emotional addictions and you choose your new self-talk instead, you're strengthening new neural pathways. You're literally building a new brain. The discomfort is temporary, but the transformation is permanent. Watch for subtle signs of change. You might start sleeping better. You might feel more calm, more energized, more grounded. You might spontaneously catch yourself standing taller, breathing deeper. These are signs your new self-talk is taking root at a biological level. Around day 2, you'll likely hit a wall. This is not a sign to quit. It's a sign you're breaking through. This is when your body's emotional addiction fights hardest. This is when your old identity is trying to reclaim control. Expect to feel tired. Expect resistance. Expect doubt. And then push through anyway. Because on the other side of that discomfort is the birth of your new identity. You'll know real change is happening when you start catching your negative self-talk quickly and replacing it without hesitation. When you find yourself naturally choosing empowering words without having to force it, that's when your new neural pathways are getting stronger. That's when your new identity is becoming automatic. The key is to stay committed, especially when it's hardest. When every part of you wants to return to the familiar, that's when you're closest to breakthrough. Do not let temporary discomfort steal permanent change. This work isn't about feeling good all the time. It's about staying loyal to your new identity, even when it feels unfamiliar or hard. That's what builds lasting transformation. That's what rewires your brain. That's what changes your life, permanently. When you transform your self-talk, you're not just changing yourself. You're changing the entire field of possibilities around you. This isn't just personal development. It's quantum transformation. It affects every area of your life and everyone around you. Watch what happens in your relationships when you speak to yourself differently. You show up differently. People begin to respond to you in new ways. They feel the shift in your energy before you even speak. Your presence alone begins to influence the rooms you walk into. This isn't magic. It's the power of coherent energy affecting your quantum field. In your professional life, opportunities begin to appear that weren't there before. Not because the world changed, but because your self-talk has attuned you to possibilities you couldn't see before. You begin making decisions with more clarity. You speak with more certainty. You lead with more confidence. Your internal dialogue creates new external realities. Your health begins to shift too. As your self-talk changes, so does your stress response. Your immune system strengthens. Your sleep deepens. Your digestion improves. People often report chronic issues begin to fade, not because of external intervention, but because their internal communication has changed. This is not coincidence. This is biology, quantum physics, and energy alignment working together. Your thoughts create ripples. Your self-talk becomes a signal. You become a broadcasting tower of energy, and that signal begins attracting matching frequencies back to you. Synchronicities begin to appear. You meet the right people at the right time. You overhear the right words. Opportunities seem to find you. It's not luck. It's physics. You've tuned your inner frequency to a different reality. Your new self-talk isn't just changing your mindset. It's changing your DNA expression. It's changing your electromagnetic field. It's changing what you magnetize into your life. You are no longer the same person who started this process. Your DNA is expressing itself differently. Your energy field is vibrating differently. You are becoming someone who naturally attracts different experiences. And this is why this work matters so much. You're not just changing your life. You're changing the field of possibility for others. Your transformation becomes a catalyst. Your new way of being becomes a template. When others feel your energy, see your clarity, hear the conviction in your voice, they're reminded of their own potential. This is how real change happens in the world. One person's self-talk becomes the spark for many. Right now, in this very moment, you're standing at the threshold of transformation. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Every moment you hesitate is a moment you reinforce your old self. Every second you delay is a second you stay tethered to your old identity. Tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, you'll face a choice. Will you fall back into old patterns? Or will you begin the most important conversation of your life? The one that will rewire your brain, reshape your biology, and reconstruct your reality. Here's exactly what to do. The moment you wake up before your feet touch the floor, place your hand on your heart. Feel its rhythm. Take 3 deep breaths. Then begin your new dialogue. Say it with power. Today, I step into my new reality. Today, my thoughts create my new future. Today, I become the person I know I am. Don't just say these words. Feel them in every cell of your body. Let them vibrate through you. Let them dissolve every old limitation. Let them become your new baseline. The universe is already responding. The quantum field is already listening. Your body is already ready, but you must begin. You must speak. You must lead yourself forward. Think about where you'll be 3 days from now. Think about who you'll be. Think about how different your world will feel when you've rewired your brain with 3 days of intentional, powerful self-talk. Think about the ripple effects in every area of your life. This isn't just about changing your thoughts. This is about changing your destiny. This is about stepping into the version of yourself you've always known was possible. The version of you who naturally attracts success, naturally attracts health, naturally attracts love, naturally attracts abundance. The time is not later. Not when you're ready, not when it's easier. The time is now. Begin the conversation right now. Let this be the moment you look back on and say, that's when everything changed. That's when I claimed my future. That's when I began to create a new reality. Your new life is waiting. Your new self is ready. Your new reality is already in motion. All that's required is that you begin. Let's begin.